Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, first up here at 6, a scare in Waterbury this morning after police say a teen brought a gun to school. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Hardin.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Waterbury with the latest.
Officers found the 15-year-old with an unloaded handgun. A parent in the district tells me she's thankful the situation didn't escalate. Wednesday morning, a student at Wilby High School told a staff member that a student showed them a gun on the bus ride to school. The staff member told the Waterbury Police Department's school resource officer. The school was then put under a lockdown. Police found the 15-year-old with the gun and took him into custody. They say the gun was not loaded. The teen now faces charges including threatening in the first degree and risk of injury to a minor. A parent in Waterbury that wanted to remain off camera says this situation could have been much worse. She says she's thankful the school and police reacted so quickly.
I mean, it's pretty scary, I would say, just to think that, things like that are still going on, but it's good that it didn't, progress into something worse.
Bill Gorman, a lifelong resident of Waterbury, says this incident doesn't surprise him. He says it's sad to see children carrying guns at such a young age.
It's terrible, but it doesn't shock me. It happens all the time, it seems like. You never heard of nothing like that back when I was going to school.
After the lockdown ended, students returned back to class and no injuries were reported. In Waterbury, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Well, breaking news in East Lyme now, where the town has fired its deputy fire chief. The East Lyme First Selectman announced the now former Deputy Chief Eric Quinn would be terminated before the end of the ongoing investigation into allegations against Quinn. Quinn was put on paid administrative leave last Monday. It's unclear, based on the statement provided by the First Selectman, what the allegations against Quinn are or what the investigation is about. But in his statement, First Selectman Daniel Cunningham said about former Deputy Chief Quinn, quote, "Public safety leadership must be held to the highest standards of integrity, accountability, and public confidence. After careful consideration, I have determined that the community's trust in the fire service's leadership has been significantly compromised." End quote.
We have some breaking news from New Haven. The school district says it's eliminating teaching positions at 12 schools. A spokesperson for the district says the cuts are being made because of budget constraints. They say staff members have the option to transfer to open positions depending on their qualifications. And New Haven Public Schools Marketing and Communications Director Justin Harmon says, quote, "These are very difficult decisions and they're certainly painful for the staff who are affected. We continue to advocate for funding that can help reduce the need for staff reductions," end quote. We're watching this story and update you as soon as we learn more. All right, some showers return today, not nearly as widespread as what we saw last week, and it is still cloudy out there.
Yeah, and it's going to be like this pretty much for the rest of the week. We'll get more details from Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank, who is standing by with the first check of the forecast. Rach?
Yeah, overall, like you said, very similar weather in the coming days. Mostly dry during the days, but occasionally we're reaching for the umbrella right through Saturday. Here's a look at the radar right now. Well, most of the day today was fairly nice, although cloudy. Here's a look at some of those showers that are passing through Brookfield and New Milford, Kent. You're just about to see a few showers as well. And notice we've got a little thin ribbon of some moderate rain right now heading into Bridgeport. You'll see that continuing farther south, so that will likely head into the New Haven area, Madison. So a few showers as we head through the next several hours. I'm a poet, didn't even know it. Here's a look at the future radar. This is 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Again, a bit damp as we head through the evening and the overnight hours. When you wake up tomorrow morning, we'll start the day off with clouds, fog, a spotty shower. But I think similar today, we may break for just a little bit of sun. Here's a look at temperatures. It's certainly cooler in southwestern Connecticut, where we're dealing with rain, and warmer in northern and northeastern Connecticut, where it's been a bit brighter and certainly drier today. Overnight lows will be in the 50s to right around 60 degrees. Some fog and clouds to start off the day. Some late sun, highs climbing into the 70s with an isolated shower or storm tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at all of this and some changes for the weekend coming up.
All right, thank you, Rachel. New Haven police say a woman found dead in a cemetery was killed over a $700 debt. Police and Mayor Justin Elicker made the announcement this afternoon. They say Naisha Mendez was found with multiple stab wounds inside the Evergreen Cemetery earlier this month. Police say they quickly identified Edwin Arroyo Roman as their main suspect, thanks to the help of people close to him. and to Mendez. And they also say video camera footage from their community camera registry helped.
This is yet another example of the New Haven Police Department working very hard with the tools that we have and are continuing to expand to identify and hold people accountable. It's very, very important to us having just more eyes out on the street when a crime occurs so that we can use that information to catch individuals.
Assistant Police Chief David Zanelli said Arroyo Roman confessed to the killing in an interview. He's charged with murder and tampering with evidence.
A Branford father who's accused of killing his son pleaded not guilty today to a charge that he attempted to murder his daughter as well. 52-year-old Anthony Esposito entered that plea today during a short court appearance, but didn't enter a plea on the murder charge surrounding his son's death. Police said Esposito admitted to beating his 12-year-old son to death with a baseball bat earlier this month because he said his son was being disrespectful. Police say Esposito also told them he would have killed his 16-year-old daughter at the time if he could have reached the bat. Esposito's defense team says he has mental health issues.
2 Southington teenagers accused of setting a Chromebook on fire in a classroom will be charged. This happened at Southington High School last Wednesday. Police believe the kids were copying a social media trend where kids use paper clips or pens to spark fires on their school-issued laptops like you see here. The teens are 16 and 17 years old. Police say a school staff member had to throw the smoking device out a window. There were no injuries, but the school had to be evacuated.
An 11-year-old boy is in the hospital tonight after being hit by a car while he was riding his bike. It happened at 8 this morning on Old Colony Drive in Waterbury. That's right near Westside Middle School, but we don't know if the boy was actually a student there. Police said he has only minor injuries. He is expected to recover, and the driver stayed on scene.
One thing everyone needs, pharmacies and drugstores and several big-name pharmacies are expecting to close a number of their stores, and it has some people in town worried. Fox 61's Joe Montes in Naugatuck with more on those closures.
The Rite Aid on Rubber Ave in Naugatuck is set to close May 19th. This comes as large pharmaceutical companies are closing shops all around the state. Some say this could be a new opportunity for local mom-and-pop pharmaceutical shops, but others say they're sad to see the Rite Aid go.
We're heartbroken when we read this morning in the paper. You couldn't ask for better staff.
Joanne Aquavia, a loyal Rite Aid customer, always had good experiences at the store. With the Rite Aid closing, she and many others are going to have to get their prescriptions somewhere else. Sanjay Patel, pharmacist and owner of Naugatuck Pharmacy, says people are already considering his family-owned store as a perfect alternative.
We provide many of the services people are looking for and more than what the chain store says. You know, we have free deliveries at Naugatuck Pharmacy, so many of the customers are looking for things like that. We do packagings, unit dose, maintenance of medications on a regular basis.
As a pharmacy owner, Patel understands some of the issues Rite Aid and other chain stores are going through, and it's not a lack of customers.
The biggest problem is the pharmacy benefit manager, the PBMs who handle the processing of the claims for pharmacies. They've been, dictating many of the terms on the pharmacy, which is not beneficial or not at least at an equal level to sustain businesses.
Patel says pharmacies are losing money because they're not being paid enough for some prescriptions by insurance companies. Like restaurants and department stores, many of the big pharmaceutical chains moved into towns and forced small, family-owned stores that couldn't compete to close. Now the big chain stores are mostly what's left. With many of them closing up shop at alarming rates, Yale School of Medicine warns of what they call pharmacy deserts. An article posted back in April says more than 90% of prescriptions in the U.S. are filled by local pharmacies. And if too many pharmacies close, people will not have proper access to medications or vaccines and other public health necessities. Aquavia also worries about access for a particular part of the population.
For people who can't drive, it's a transportation problem, I'm sure, especially for senior citizens.
If these closures continue, parts of Connecticut could become pharmacy deserts. People are encouraged to explore other pharmacy options in case the one you've been going to for years is getting ready to close. For more information on the closures, check out our website, fox61.com. In Naugatuck, Joe Monte, Fox 61.
Right now, 8 people in Bridgeport won't sleep in their home tonight after it caught fire this morning. Take a look at the fire here. Firefighters were called to Sedgwick Street about 9 a.m. and they found the fire in the back of the house. They quickly put it out. We're told no one got hurt, and the Red Cross relocated 6 adults and 2 children. The cause of the fire is under investigation now.
Well, multiple people in an Ansonia apartment building will have to find a new place to live. A fire badly damaged part of their second-floor homes there. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle talked to a man who says firefighters rescued him.
Thankfully, everyone inside the Main Street apartments made it out safely and no one was hurt, but firefighters say 3 apartments on the second floor are not safe to live in.
More than 20 people were evacuated during an early morning 3-alarm fire in Ansonia Wednesday.
Because of the banging on my door, I'm talking about crazy banging, and I knew something was wrong. Then I heard the buzzers, which make a great noise.
Donnell Jones has trouble walking after he suffered a stroke. He says firefighters rescued him from the 3rd floor.
Seeing that they were aiming to get in one way or the other, they chopped my door down. I thought I was going to be ready to open without them breaking it in.
Crews responded to the building just after 3 a.m. After they got out, people gathered across the street and huddled together in blankets to keep warm. Ansonia Assistant Fire Chief Anthony DeLucia says first responders nearby were able to alert the fire department quickly.
Our ambulance corps is right behind the building. They showed up along with PD, confirmed a working fire in the second floor of the building. I mean, we had our mutual aid partners here, which, you know, we call for working fires, and everybody did a great job and great outcome.
Firefighters say they upgraded it to a 3rd alarm due to the size of the building and how many people live here. 3 apartments have fire and water damage. The Red Cross and building management will help those people find a place to stay.
I'm thankful to be out and everybody's safe and alive.
We still don't know what started the fire, and the Ansonia Fire Marshal's office will investigate. In Ansonia, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61.